Hello, everybody. Today we're doing it a little bit different. I'm making the introductions and I forgot. So today we're going to do a demo of the new website called Gather that I am working on launching. And Kay's going to be the guinea pig, so that's going to be fun. Kay is being a good sport, and we're hoping that just by going through and reviewing it, everybody will want to contribute. I think we should tell everybody a little bit about what started this whole thing. I was in Salt Lake City traveling, seeing my kids, and I got this really strong feeling I needed to create this website. And of course, my background is tech. And so I really thought it was around needing to make sure I understood and knew how to use AI tools and how to do what they call vibe coding, because I used probably several AI tools in developing the website. And so because my background and my work is in technology, I was focused on, it's just to help me refine my skills. But it was a little bit more than that. It was a prompting. And as I've gotten more and more involved in this and done research about the website, I get more and more excited about what it could turn into. The whole thing about this website is it really depends on how many people contribute and sign on. And so I'm hoping this will help everybody get familiar with it and understand the background for it.
Hang on, you didn't tell them what it was about. Like, what's
Oh,
it
yeah.
for?
So, all right. So the whole reason I created it was because we have some challenges in the single adult community. We have all kinds of activities going on, and sometimes we travel, or even in our own little community, there's things going on and people don't know about them. And if you're not a Facebook user or you don't know how to navigate all the millions of groups that are out there and belong to all of them so that you get all the notices and you don't see that there are a lot of actual things going on that you could connect to and make new friends and be a part of the single adult community. So the goal was to make this a worldwide calendar of all of the events, but then also engage everybody in really building a community and loving and supporting each other and sharing ideas and our challenges. So it's a website. We don't want to recreate Facebook, but it is a place where we can connect with each other and create a sense of belonging. And we'll kind of talk about it a little more as we talk about the features that are in there. But that was the intent. Did I miss anything, Kay, that we've talked about?
No, that was much better. That was good. Because yes, it's a like so the idea being that if you go somewhere else, whether it's in the States or whether it's around the world, you can find more singles and maybe
Yeah.
you can plan trips. So, we'll talk about the fact that, in Australia we have single adult conferences and come to Australia, do your travel around and see all the amazing things, but also go to some of the events and meet up.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure that's true for other countries as well. So,
Yeah. And as I've been creating this, I've actually been amazed. It's kind of fun to think about all the millions of break the fast meals that are going on
mm,
across the world for the single adults and all of the family home evenings that happen on Monday nights. It's just really interesting and fun to think about. So I really believe that if you are traveling a lot and you want to know what's going on, or you're alone and you want to connect with your community, that this will be really helpful.
this is gather the world.
Yeah.
Just a little goal, Kim, just a little
Yes,
goal.
just a little goal. That's all I do is little goals.
All right. So let's see this fantastic website that Kim's made.
Okay, so the URL, and I've actually gotten a little bit of early feedback and I've been given a little bit of flack about this. So I don't know. I'd love to hear people's thoughts.
So the request has been sent.
Yeah. And the flack I've been getting is that I used LDS. The I try to make sure that I'm using Latter-day Saints or the whole full name everywhere that I can. But in a domain name, it's really hard to use the full name. So that's why
Mm.
I condensed it. But I have been getting a little bit of pushback on that from members who are trying to support what our prophet asked us to do. So I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Well, that's why lots of other places have changed it because, we appreciate that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is the name and it explains who we are.
Hmm.
But as you said, it's too big to put as a domain name. So people have had to find creative ways around it. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right. So, can you see my screen?
No, not yet. We just practiced this.
We just practiced this and it worked.
Yeah. It's coming. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. So here I am, and I'm going to type in, was it gathering?
Gathering LDSSA.com. Yep.
Oh, look, it's
It's
we're
already there for
practiced. It
you.
came up.
We've been practicing. Yes.
It came up. So gather LDSSA.
Gathering.
And
Yeah.
ta-da, there we go.
Woohoo. And then expand it out so we can see there we go. Perfect. All right. This is what
Okay.
it looks like. I can't take credit for what it looks like. I had to get help from Juan, who's much more creative, as we've already talked about. So he's responsible for the logo and some of the ways the tiles work, and contributed a lot to the design side of things because that is my weak spot. But the back end
No,
should work really good because I know how to do that part.
no, this looks good. This looks good.
All right.
So we're going to,
Kay already
oh,
has a profile because we've been practicing. When you first go in, you don't have to be a member. You can look at events all around the world and see what's going on without actually being a member. But there are a lot of benefits to signing up to be a member. You can contribute to discussions and you have more features available to you, and it's completely free. So I would, encourage you if you really want to use the website to become a member. But Kay, maybe you can just hit on your name and bring up your profile so they can see some of the things that it asks. Yeah, so and we can talk about it. The first thing is it does require you to contribute a profile picture because we're trying to build a community and we want to know what each other looks like, not only for safety reasons, but just because we want to have a little bit of an idea of who we're communicating with and sharing with. So a picture is required, and then you can add more pictures if you want. And then scroll down a little bit, Kay, or up. Is that up for you? Kay's a Mac user and I'm not, so some stuff gets lost in translation, but it's very basic information. It asks for your name and your age, your status, and where you're from. And we were worried. I wondered if it would be okay with taking international addresses, but that worked okay.
yeah, that worked. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also had to put in centimeters for height or inches, and it does both. So that's good because if we're going to be worldwide, we have to do both.
Yep.
And then it also was showing Kay's age, but it actually asked for date of birth. And so it will accept the date international way, which is to have which
The
first?
day, then the month, and then the
The,
year.
the day, month, then year. And in the US, we do that different. So it does either
So
way.
yeah, because I was, checking that out and I went, oh, no, it knows where I am and it got it the right way around. So you don't have to worry about that. And the
Yeah.
same with the other height. I can put in centimeters and it figured it out in inches.
Yeah.
So you can have both.
Yeah. Then it asks if you're a member. Of course, it's okay if people aren't a member, but we want to know that, and we have to find other ways to validate. But primarily, this tool is intended for a Latter-day Saint audience. And then it asks if you're a single adult leader, and that's primarily so that we know if you're making posts of activities and things, if they're activities that you're actually responsible for, or if you're just contributing them because you heard about it. It helps us to validate the activities that are out there and the events that we put in there. So, and then a little bit about Kay and why she wanted to join the community. And I think that's it, right?
Mm.
And then the other thing to note, when you set up a profile, it does send you an email. We do some very basic verification to make sure that you're an actual person and not a robot. So it sends you an email and you have to verify. And then it also sends you a welcome email and asks you for additional verification. So And the reason for that is that, in an environment like this, safety is our number one concern. And so we really want to make sure that it's valid people and people who are being forthright with us and not trying to scam people.
Yep, definitely. As long
Yeah.
as stop the scammers. Okay, so
All
there's
right.
my profile.
Yeah, so Kay's official. And now you can maybe hit the home button over there on the left. And we can just talk about some of the very basic features. So all the research that I've done points to the first two most concerning things about being single in the LDS community or the Latter-day Saint community is that we often lose our sense of belonging or struggle with our purpose and our new kind of, I hate to say identity, because our identity should always be focused on being a child of God, but our marital status seems to come into play there. So that's always a challenge, but just having that sense of belonging and then loneliness. And so this application is designed to help overcome those things. And of course, we want technology to be the tool, not the replacement for connecting to our community. So this is designed in such a way that it's just a tool to bring people together in a live environment and not replace their actual meeting with people and being in their physical presence. So, but you can go out and maybe just go down and see.
I was going to say, start with your ticker tape, which I think is really cute at the top.
Yeah, the ticker tape is just saying what's going on in the world today. Eventually we'll have enough people signed on and there'll be enough activities recorded all around the world that it will look at your profile and know where you're in, or be even more sophisticated and know where you are at the moment and show you events that are going on where you're at. But right now, because we're still loading all those events and activities, it just shows what's going on today in the world, which is kind of fun.
I realized, because I was thinking it was way more exciting the other day when we did it. It was because, it was a different day. So this is just what's happening today, right?
Yeah, it was probably like a Monday or a Sunday when there was a lot more activities, firesides
more
and things
activities,
going on.
Lots of stuff. Okay, so if you click on here on a Sunday, there'll be stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
Or the weekend, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So where do we go next?
Okay, so go down to, you can put in a state or a county, but just if you scroll down to right below where it says browse all upcoming events, so keep going. I think you call that scrolling up and I call it scrolling down. So just open the events calendar and you'll see single events. At some point, we may start entering family oriented things that are not necessarily just for singles. And so that's why that's there. But for right now, most everything in here is for singles. Just single people, not kids. All right, then see, there's a lot more things, Kay.
Yep.
So there's gospel
So
learning
just coming up.
notes.
Yeah. So go on. Sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was just looking. Yeah. So here we are at Utah South, where they're going to have I guess a mid-singles gospel learning night. So study the temple. They're going to Phoenix is going to the temple, the LDS singles there. Dallas, come follow me class on Friday. At where is it? Slolo. That's right. You said that's a
Sholo.
Place. Sholo.
Yeah, Sholo is a conference, a pretty small conference, but it's a beautiful area and kind of fun. So it's a smaller conference here in Arizona that's this weekend.
It's this weekend. Look, some volleyball. I don't know what that is.
Look, St. George is in the bottom part of Utah, and Lehi, of course, is in the Provo area, and then there's Arizona. So this right now is scraping calendars that we have discovered or that we know about and pulling all that data in here. And it does a refresh every 48 hours. It costs to pay for the cloud time to go out there and scrape all the calendars. And so I don't have it super frequent because I want to contain the costs, but the more people that use it and contribute, maybe we will change that. But right now it scrapes those calendars every 48 hours and populates the data.
So if you want to go to the temple in Colorado, or if you want to go have a games night in Dallas, like, so yes, don't ever say you have to go to the temple by yourself. Look at them all. Adult temple nights.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another really fun thing is I'm going to go to that Bunko, okay, right there. I'm going to RSVP to that, but I haven't done it yet.
Which
But
one?
the Bunko, have you ever played Bunko? I have never.
No, I don't know what. Oh,
It-
there. I didn't. What is that? No.
it's a game. It's a
Ah,
popular game in the US, but
never heard
I
of
have
it.
never played. So I'm planning to go to that this Friday. We'll see.
Fantastic.
Let's go up to the LDS Phoenix Temple event and just go into an event, and I'll show you what we can do when you go into an event, because I know that I've RSVP'd to that. It's at the very top row, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
this one.
Temple
Okay.
Phoenix, yeah. So
Oh,
this is
that's
typical of the same thing that you see when you're in Facebook. You can say, hey, I'm going to go to that, or I'm interested, or you can share it. So if you think you want somebody else to go with you that maybe isn't in there, you can share the event.
so we did that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other
Do you want
thing is, right, yeah, what Kay is pointing to right now is if other people have signed up saying they're going, and this is an intentional feature to address what we were just talking about connecting with people, is if you don't want to go alone, you can come in here and say, oh, so-and-so's going. And then you can actually invite a member and say, will you join me? And then that thing below the event chat, you can have a little discussion about, hey, will you meet me there so I don't have to go in alone? Or can we carpool? Or whatever it may be. And you can have a little conversation and hopefully go so that you're not alone, which is another big thing that we know stops a lot of singles, especially when they first start going back to single events, is that whole thing of going alone. And I know when I go to Utah, it's a lot more fun if I have friends in the area and I can send a text and say, hey, are you going to this? Will you meet me there? Than if I have to show up all by myself and just make my own way. So this helps to address that.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Just for people who are actually posting events, you can go back out to the calendar, Kay. But like I said, we scrape the data off calendars like the Utah County Single Adult Google Calendar, and there's another calendar here in Phoenix called the LDSPHX.com calendar. So when data is scraped off those, it makes these little icons. But if somebody has more information or wants to add the actual picture, scroll down, okay, maybe you can find one that has an actual picture. I think I put one, yeah, right there. Oh, go up one. Over on the right-hand side where it says Duluth Stake Singles. This is an activity I actually entered, and see how the little icon was different. You can put the picture of what's going on for the event. So if this had already been put in there by scraping a calendar and then somebody manually enters it so that they can add the picture and more information, it will detect that it's a duplicate and say, hey, which one do you want? And of course you would say this one, and then it will know not to scrape that other one in and repopulate it all the time. So that's a little probably weird techie thing that maybe you guys didn't need to know, but I just wanted to make sure you know that it's not going to keep duplicating events if you go in and tell it, hey, I want to enter this myself.
Okay. Okay. But so, yeah. So if anybody's got events they want to post, and you've got some nice, pretty posters, put them in.
Yes, for sure. And when you post, you are the owner of that. So you're the only one that can edit it. You and the admins of which is me, of the website, are the only two people that can edit. So I prefer if you guys post your own events so that you can maintain it and update it if things change. But I can certainly enter them for you if you want me to. It's just then you won't be able to edit them at a later date.
Okay. So that this one here post.
Yes, I posted that one, and oh yeah, so go into post and you can see it's the typical Same thing that you see on Facebook, where you can give it all the information if it's a single event, or you, like I said, we can do family events or community events. And then the title and the description and the time and the date.
Okay.
We like to know if it's church sanctioned or if it's just a personal group that got together and said, hey, we're going to make this event. So, and then we tried to
Okay.
put all event types in the other category if we didn't get your type. Let's see, you can do repeating events if
So
it's
yeah, so if
something.
you've got a family home evening or something that comes every week, put it in
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Obviously, where's important because
yes,
is it sort of specific for anybody or just everybody?
yeah. And these I need to refine a little bit. Kay and I talked about this. All single adults and 36 plus are kind of the same thing, right? So,
Yeah.
so we'll work on refining or improving that list. The
Okay.
mid singles is why that 30s to 40s is on there, just because there are some mid singles events that are out there.
Mm.
So,
All right. So yes, we were going to have me put one in, but it's too time consuming to
yeah,
go
yeah,
back and forth. But there's yeah, so I'll put in some of the Australian things just in case people decide they want to come to Australia and try things out.
yeah, that'll be awesome. Yeah,
So,
and it only will share 6 months in advance unless it's a conference. And then it will be years in advance because I we figure that people will want to, I when I say we, this is me and the mouse in my pocket, will want to plan ahead, like to travel. Obviously, if you're going to go to Australia to something, then you want to see a year or 18 months out
that's right.
so that you can plan around it.
So that's what I was looking. I was going to look it up, but anyway, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll promise.
Okay, awesome. All right, so go back to home and then I'll talk a little bit about the fun little feature. One day I was feeling a little bit down and needed to pick me up and didn't have anyone to call or cheer me up. And so I decided to make this little button over here that says check in. And so if you click that K,
Give me a hint where to find
it's
it.
at the top over by where it says
Oh,
post.
check next to it. Yep, there.
Yeah,
Okay, check in. There,
yeah.
everybody. There, check in. See how it. And there we go.
And it just says, how are you feeling today? So Kate, just as an example, click I miss being loved. They're all a little bit different and you can collect multiple, but just to show you that one and then hit continue. It gives you a scripture related to love and feeling loved. And then it gives you a little
Oh,
journal
that's a nice
prompt.
scripture. I
Yeah.
am persuaded that neither death nor life nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Christ Jesus our Lord.
Yeah. So
So,
it does a few, it does a few different ones, but it tries to do one that's relevant to whatever you clicked on. And then it
mm,
gives you a little prayer prompt of maybe you can journal about how the Savior can help you feel more loved today and in a way that you can recognize it, which I love that prompt. So then it also shows podcast episodes from our podcast that might be dealing with love and maybe you can listen to one of those podcasts. And then I had to click this one because if you keep going down, it says someone to talk to. You can either go out to our Visit Connect, which is a more dating oriented. So that's just going to show you men. Or you can say Visit Gather, which is just an open discussion board where you can talk to somebody if you want to start a discussion. And then, of course, you can find out what's happening near you. And of course, there's nothing for Kay because she's in
yeah.
Australia, but it will tell you events that are near you that you could go to. So anyway, that's my fun little feature just to.
Oh, lovely. That's sweet.
All
All right.
right.
Oh, the other one I wanted to show them was the that one. So if you want to serve someone,
Yeah, yeah, click on it and see, show us.
so because we all know that, if you're feeling lonely and down, then maybe serving is a way to do it.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people out there. Oh, so you've got your prompts again.
Yep.
So that one is exactly what I said. When you're in the service of your fellow beings, you're in the service of your God. But then we go down here, what could you do? And magic, it links to another site.
Yeah, and this is another page that where it actually will go to just serve and give you all kinds of ideas. So you can click just serve K up there where it on the right hand side where it says open just serve. So there may be ideas in there, or there may actually be a list of things that singles are doing in your area that you can go join
Mm.
them. But yeah, or you can just go out to the Just Serve site and see what's happening in your neck of
And
the
so,
woods.
and this is worldwide because if I put in where I live, it actually came up with opportunities. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, Just Serve is amazing. It has stuff from all over. So
Yeah, let's try. I'll try something a bit bigger.
oh, I think that's what we did last time is Brisbane.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yes.
So again, see, I just put in the word Brisbane and it already knew that that was Queensland, Australia. That's right. You like this one. You're gonna come
Yeah,
over
that
here and
sounds
do this,
fun.
won't you?
Well,
Yeah,
I've done that many times, been at a water station for a race, not a bike
yeah,
race, usually a running race, but
yeah.
it's so fun to
So
cheer all the racers on and give them a word of encouragement.
so you can imagine if you're feeling lonely and down and you see that, it's like, oh, I could turn up to that. It'd be good. And
Yeah.
obviously some ongoing, bigger stuff, food stuff.
Yeah. Or you
Um,
can even say, hey, I want to do that. And who can I think of that I could invite to go with me and set up a little group to go with too?
because as single adults, I think that would, and as a leader, I want to try and get something going where because
Hmm.
you bond over service projects. It's a really nice thing to do.
Yeah, we have one coming this Saturday in our area. I need to enter that, come to think of it. But
So we actually, there is one of the wards I think is doing this one where we're collecting. So Papua New Guinea is a country very near Australia that is very poor,
mm,
and we support them. They actually, they're getting a temple, but they've generally come to Brisbane to the temple, and so we've done quite a bit of support for Papua New Guinea, and
yeah,
so
awesome.
yeah, here collecting things for Papua New Guinea's preschools, but then come and do your gardening. So
Yeah,
obviously, wherever you live, there, if this is the list for here, there'll be a list like that for every place. So just all you have to do is put in your where you are.
yeah. All right, let's head back over to talk about a couple of the other features. We don't want this to go too long. Last time we practiced and it took me quite a while to get through things. But
All right.
so
So back to so
yeah, so
back
if
to
you just
home.
mhm. So the primary thing on home is looking at the events in your area. But then if you click on community over right next to the home button, yeah, right there. Notice your ticker tape changes and it shows the active discussions that are out there. And it looks like there's a new discussion. Maybe that's when we were practicing with Kay yesterday. It says, hi, I'm here. I think that resonates
Yeah,
better.
that was us.
But anyway, this gather section, the first tile on the screen is a discussion board where common interest topics, you can have a discussion. You can click on it if you want, but we won't go into it too far. But when you first join, if you go out and introduce yourself in that little welcome area, that would be awesome. And these are discussion topics that I created. So I got to pick the age ranges. So there's overlap, but you can contribute to any if there's something that you want to share or a discussion you want to have with just those that are never married, you can open that one and connect. Of course, this particular area for sure is only as powerful as the number of people that are contributing to it. So that's the secret is we got to have more people on the site and contributing so that you can really connect with people, share your interests.
There we go. So all the different interests that we can have. So I know people, there is a few travel groups around and people like to travel, and every now and again there's a cruise or something, isn't there, that gets
Yeah.
organized. So
Yeah, it would be fun to connect in that way.
get,
Kay's trying to get me to ride my bike through Italy, which I would love to do if I could afford it. That and the El Camino. I would really like to do that pilgrimage someday. So
well, we've had two people on talk about the El Camino, haven't we? So
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
um, we've got a one in Australia. They're trying to like the Australian El Camino. It's like,
Oh
not,
wow.
that's
That would
not
be
quite
fun.
sure. Not quite sure it's got quite the same
Yeah.
vibe, but
Yeah, it doesn't quite have the same history behind it, huh?
no.
But if
Um,
since we're here at the bottom, what were you going to say?
Oh, I just going to say that like your idea of like setting up, say, a book club and, finding people that would like to read the books that,
Yeah, I would love to start a book club or
hmm,
join a book club if there's already one out there that's a book of it I'm interested in.
yeah. And we know everybody's into pickleball.
Yeah.
Actually, what's there? There is one discussion there. What is that,
Yes,
you?
that's mine. That's me. I was just throwing stuff out there. My slow but consistent. I'm starting to rack up more miles. I try to run at least 3 miles a day, at least 4 or 5 times a week. And I'm pushing it now. I'd like to get to where I was running 6 miles a day, but right now I'm just at 3.5 or so. But
That
very
sounds
slow.
awful.
You could walk
Sounds
next to me if you
terrible.
wanted. I actually really enjoy it, but as it gets hotter here, I might think it's awful too.
Oh, that must be it. It's too hot here. Yeah.
Hey, it's winter there for you, so you have no
It's
excuse.
winter, but it's still 24, which I think is 70 or something.
Yeah, that's perfect. So I was just going to mention really quick, uh, maybe a couple weeks probably, because I really only spent maybe a month building this and getting it ready to launch and roll out. But I was in the temple praying my usual prayer, which is please help me focus on what I need to be focusing on because I feel like I have so many things and I always worry if I'm putting my attention where it should be going. And as I was praying, I got led to this scripture. And so that's how it ended up as being the footer. And it's my confirmation that I was paying attention to the right things.
So, and then shall the remnants that shall be scattered upon the face of the earth be gathered in from the east and the west, and from the south and from the north. And they shall be brought to the knowledge of the Lord their God, who hath redeemed them. So we was like, well, that's what her plan is, from the north, south, east, and west of the world. So
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved that. And I thought, okay, I get it. This is where I'll focus. And then there's also a little quick cheat sheet over on the far right and a way to contact me if you're having problems. Uh, so that's always at the footer wherever you are. All right,
Good.
head back to
Back to
community.
community.
Yes. So we have the events that are like the big church sanctioned big events, but we were just talking about like a book group. We can also create small personal groups where we have it in our home for 10 people or something. And that's what that create a group is for, is to create your own personal group. And or say you wanted to do a class on something, just a one-time thing, or a come follow me that's a little more personal in your home. I think, Kate, you've talked about starting something like that. You can set up the group here and invite people to the group. So that's what that's for. And then connect is the actual dating area
Well,
where,
let's go down. Let leave that one for a minute. So
okay,
resources.
yes. Resources, there's a ton of things in resources, and this is all built around supporting each other. And so there's articles and things, if you are passionate about being a writer or wanting to share, you can create an article or write an article or a creative work, a poem or whatever, and post those out there. There's also the area called services, which is member-owned businesses and services. So for me, I'm a technology consultant, so I added my service out there and it points to my business website. So we know we have a single we just interviewed that it owns automotive shops. And so if you're in Utah and you want to support your fellow singles and you need your car fixed, you can go out here and look for a mechanic, and you'll know that you're actually supporting another fellow single out there and helping their business to thrive and grow. And anybody can go out there and post, once you've been verified, can go out there and post your service and put a link to your business. And there's a general photo gallery. Like I said, we didn't really want to recreate Facebook, but we want ways to connect to each other. So books is if you ran into an amazing book that you just would love to share or tell people about and recommend, you can put a book review out there. Or we actually have so many authors that we've interviewed. We have Nahum, and we have Juan, and we have Jani, and the one that did the El Camino books just recently in
Oh,
Australia.
yeah, Margarita.
Margarita, there we go. So we have lots of single authors and would love to have their books listed out here and have people share the links to go buy those books. And then give back, we've already looked at. That's where you can list service projects. And the classifieds, everybody should hopefully know what classifieds are, but we limited it. This was a discussion with Juan and I. We didn't want to make it crazy, but we wanted to just share a few things. Like if you're giving something away and you have a spare, I don't know, TV or something, and you want to give that away, then you can go in here. So it's only free stuff that you would be giving to somebody else. You can list that here. If you have a job that you're looking for somebody, you can list that out here, or if you want to rent a room. So those are, and then services. So those are the 4 areas where we can list classifieds. They're the only 4 topics really that we do. And like I said, it's all oriented towards supporting each other and supporting the singles. I really wanted to call this section SOS for support our singles, but it Juan talked me out of that. Probably for good reason.
It's a cute one, but yes, it does have that connotation of desperate.
Yeah. And then there's also, we have our podcasts out here. So if you click on that one, you'll see all of our podcasts. And the current one, we just released one where Tina is walking us through a meditation. So there's her little meditation out there, and then the interview that we did with Tina, and then the shorts. So
and then her meditation as well. So yes, come and do the meditation, everybody. It was lovely. It's very relaxing.
Yeah, it was great. So, and very LDS oriented, the meditation was. So I like that about it.
Yeah. And then the shorts, Kim's doing such a lovely job of all these little shorts.
Yeah,
it's so cute.
I've been going a little crazy on creating shorts. They're kind of fun to do.
So you don't have to listen to the whole half an hour, 45-minute podcast. You can just listen to
get the little clips, the highlights.
the highlights. Highlight reel, that's what it is. Yeah. So you can see we've done a lot of podcasts now. So there's some really, I like some of your pictures. It's
Yeah. We have over almost 3 years now, Kay, that we've been doing this. So there are, we've almost hit 100,000 views. So I'd love to see that more, but that's still a pretty good number. So
that's good. All right. So podcasts. And also you're encouraging, if people have got their own podcasts, they're welcome to come and put them on here too. It's not just for us.
Yeah, reach out to me, because we do, if you want it to look like this, you have to share your API information with me. And some people may not want to do that, but we can just put the link to your podcast too. So we can set it up a couple different ways, but just send a note to the admin at the footer that contact me, and we can work on getting yours out here too.
So if it's relevant to the singles, the LDS community, we're happy to hear from you.
Yeah.
All right, back to community.
Yeah.
And then talk about this one.
Yes, so if you go in there for K, it should show only men. So sadly, there are no men that have, let's see, maybe there's, men in the room, 0. Such is life, okay?
So look, I really don't want an 18-year-old man. That would be weird. So I think someone around about 60 would be fun.
Yeah. I actually had somebody on Mutual reach out to me that's 82, which is my dad's age.
Yeah, that's right. So we don't want to go too high in the age groups. So as you saw, I was 70, so sort of 10 years either side seems good.
Yeah.
I know this sounds mean, and that's why you put the height in, didn't you? Because I really would like someone a bit taller than me.
Yeah, apparently that matters to people. I've never even thought about that. In fact, I don't know. I don't know if I don't think it matters to me, but it does matter apparently.
Yeah.
And I hear that from men that women are like, yeah, that matters. Well, and men
Yes.
too, because men do not want somebody that likes to wear high heels to be a head above them.
Towering above them. I don't know. Nicole Kidman towers. She's
Yeah,
managed to get two
they
men
might
shorter than.
settle if it's a Nicole Kidman, maybe they would be okay with it.
That's right. There might be. And there's no like, except if you're beautiful and famous. Oh, okay. So for me, I don't care where a person lives in the world. I'm happy to chat with anybody around the world, and I'll come visit you. It's
There you go. I love that.
yeah. But other people have seen plenty on it on the various Facebook groups. I need someone in the 100-kilometer radius or something. Hey, I'm happy to,
Yeah.
imagine if I found the dream guy of my life and we could live 6 months in Australia and 6 months in whatever country they
Yeah,
live in.
wouldn't that be awesome?
Sounds dream to me.
Yeah, I think the hard part about it, but we have some great testimonials and we'll get more where they're trying to figure out if it's going to be a good, healthy relationship and they're distance away from each other. They think they can't date if there's some distance. And we've had it where we have very happy couples that we've interviewed that actually, one was in California, one was in Arizona when they met and they dated long distance and got married. So
Mm,
you can make that work if you really want to.
you know, I've got Australian friends who are married to Americans. Admittedly, they all live in Australia now. Oh,
But they could go the other way. You never know. But it's probably a little harder, whatever works out citizenship wise and things, I'm sure is an
that's right.
issue. So I think that's all the things in the community. It has a lot of features and I'd love to hear your feedback or thoughts on maybe things it's missing or
So
there are,
many features. Don't add any more. It's so
yeah, don't
many
add any
features.
more. If you go up to my events, that will show you your events. So you've RSVP'd to go to the Phoenix Temple, and so it shows that in your list.
I
If
know
you,
that's going to be challenging, isn't
yeah, that is. We might have to,
it? Tomorrow.
yeah, it's
Not
tomorrow.
today,
You better
tonight.
get
Yeah.
busy.
I better get busy.
It's tomorrow for here though, so you'll be
Oh,
okay.
it's tomorrow. That's right.
It's the date of the location. So yeah, that's an important thing to note. Yeah, and yeah, so you can see the groups that you've joined, the events. If you go in and actually add events, this is where they would show up. So if you have created a bunch of events, like you're going to go in and create the single adult conference in Perth, so that
Hmm,
will be in your created list.
I will.
Yeah.
You'll
All
have to check
right.
it out. I'll do it after this.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if you have challenges. And then if you go back over to community, I think the only other thing I wanted to mention, if I can, go to home. There are some features that are more costly. Like I would love for it to send you a text the day that your event is and give you a reminder. But that costs money. So every time you send a text out, there's a cost associated with that. So I can't implement that until it's funding itself. So there are some fancy features like that. Or if you go down K to go into all the events, so open the events calendar and do single events. And if you look over on the top right here where we're showing the list, there's a feature that you can show it on a map, but the map is costly. It costs
Right.
money to connect to the Google's map. And so that's going to be a feature that won't be available until we upgrade or have a membership that costs a little more that can help fund some of those advanced features.
I imagine the map would be useful in Utah where there's so many events happening
Yeah,
in, like, I don't know, maybe Utah people know where all the names are, but um,
yeah. No, I think it would be helpful. So If you go to your profile and look at the drop down menu over your name, where your email is, yeah, you'll see that it says upgrade membership. Right now, there isn't any upgrades available. I haven't built that functionality in there, but eventually I will, and it will include things that are, cost more money that I need money to support putting the feature in. So that's why I put that out there.
Fair enough. Yep. So come and invite people, huh? Come and send invites to everybody, so that, because obviously the more people that are on this, the more events that are posted, then the more it's going to actually work the way you're dreaming.
Yes, that's my dream, is to actually build a community and a safe place where we can connect with each other and build a sense of belonging and enjoy each other's company, technology wise, but more importantly, actually in their physical presence. So,
well, and as both at being single adult leaders, we know it takes a bit of effort to put these events on, and
yes,
it takes planning, and you really want people to come. Like, that's, and it's nice to see the same group, but it'd be really nice to see some others as well.
Yeah. Yes,
So
I agree.
let's grow it and actually gather from the north and the south and the east and the west.
Yes, I love that.
It's amazing, Kim. You've done a brilliant job. It looks so good, and it's got so many fun little features. I do love this ticker tape one, and yeah, so many fun little features that really encourage everybody to come and join. And it's free, and you never know what's going to happen.
That's right. Well, thank you for being a guinea pig, Kay. Exploring with me.
Exploring it with you, and and showing us around. And reach out, ask questions, everybody, if you sort of want to know more, or like, how did I do that? What did you say?
Yes, please reach out.
And just play around. You can't kill it. Kim's pretty sturdy.
Yes, hopefully it's sturdy. But I'd love for you to test it and see. So.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you. Thanks, Kay. We'll talk to you later.